ask you that question. But I want to know about this email.
Yeah, no, I'm going to start with this.
Okay, good. Because I'm
Sweet.
still. I want to know. Okay, I'll just wait.
All right, rolling.
Welcome to the Full Charge Power Hour. We were just having a writing session. And we were talking about the fact that I once took an acting class with Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
Here's the catch.
It's great.
She never showed up to acting class.
Then how do you know you? Then how did that even come up? Was it
It's on
like
the roster.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off where they were calling everybody's name?
So the thing about acting class is there's a lot of getting together, rehearsing, and so everybody needs everybody else's contact information. And that's the first thing they do is give you a list of everyone in the class and their email and their phone number.
Fascinating. So no privacy there. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know that going in if you're taking the class.
Fair enough.
And
True.
she never showed up, but I had her email, and I was playing at the world famous Improv. It was right when I was first starting to play these clubs, and it's exciting, right? And it's
Absolutely.
because for the first time in your life, you can actually invite people to something legitimate,
Something you've heard of.
not some like
Right.
like some back room in a hotel or whatever.
Right.
And
right.
so I was like, well, I've got her email. I still remember it, honestly, because there's a drug reference in it.
Oh my God. That's right. Did you invite everybody for the class, or do you just pinpoint that and be like, you know what, it's gonna happen?
No
tonight?
scrubs, no unfamous people. Just Paris Hilton is
That's
invited
awesome,
to my
dude.
show.
Now, how delusional were you that you thought A, she was gonna come, B, she was gonna tell you great set, 3, you guys were gonna start dating?
I'd say I was borderline to very delusional. So I'm about, like 26 years old, 28 years old. I'm like, why not? She's in my acting class.
I mean,
I'm playing the world famous Improv. Everything seems possible
it's true.
because this was before social media. So like if you were actually in LA doing something, which I considered myself that I was, that like you were in the game, and what the fuck, I got her email. Why? Like these people do things. They go out at night.
They do.
I've
all
seen the
time.
footage of her getting in and out of limos
Yeah.
Is this peak?
with or without underwear.
Where are we at the Paris Hilton?
We're gonna call this 2003.
That's
So
peak.
this is prime time. There's a reason she's not showing up to acting class.
peak. And did she respond?
Yeah, so I wrote her, hey, I'm playing at the Improv on Wednesday night, the 20th or whatever. And I got an email back from Paris Hilton.
How long
that
did
said,
it take? Do you
I don't
remember?
know, a day or two.
Okay.
It said, what time? ?
I mean,
She is educated. There is punctuation.
Is
in
that
the
where it
email.
ended?
That's exactly where it ended.
And you said, set the hook. You thought for sure. So you told her everything in that second email, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she never showed up. But I can do you one better. Anna Faris and Chris Pratt came to a show I was at.
Because you invited them via email?
No, actually, Ryan Sickler invited them because he knew them. And so I'm performing in front of Anna Faris, and I used to have this famous joke. It's the dumbest joke I ever wrote, where I'm like, I don't want to go see Dirty Dancing 2. I'm like, no Swayze.
Right.
No Wazy.
so good though.
All right? No, I love it.
It's
Everyone
so good.
loves it.
Like anytime I see a Patrick Swayze movie, me and the wife look at each other. We're all no Swayze, no Wazy.
Or a remake, like when Jake Gyllenhaal put out Roadhouse.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, here we go again.
Here it
No
is.
Swayze, no Wazy. I'm famous on the internet for a day again. And so I see Anna Faris in the audience, and so I did the no Swayze, no Wazy, just fucking starting to cook on that one. And then I go, man, and it was actually kind of perfect. I can't believe I put this together on stage.
Right.
I go, man, now they're coming out with Scary Movie 3. I'm like, no weigh-ins? No weigh-ins. Because they're not in the third and fourth one.
Oh, too good.
They switched it over to the Zuckers who made
That's
the
too
airplanes.
good.
And
That's
I
too
looked
good.
right at her and she was like, ah!
There it is. There it
So
is.
there's the moment I was waiting for.
Nice.
Yeah, you and
Yeah.
I had different experiences
And she
with her,
came
but
up-
I'm going to tell my story because I can't by law. Anyway,
Right,
continue.
okay. Well, no, she came up after me and like was talking to me and stuff. Like, so it was really... And Chris Pratt wasn't famous yet, so he was just some dude.
He's like, hey, what's
Yeah.
up, dude?
So I'm still thinking I got a shot.
Right. You're like, I don't know who this guy is.
So yeah. That was the deal back then, dude. It was like,
Look, I
that's
love
back
it.
when we had real celebrities, man.
They always say that you should go for it every single time because it doesn't matter. Not saying go for it like you're going to date her. I'm just saying it's like inviting people to do stuff, asking them to read your scripts, do whatever. Who cares?
Who cares?
9 times out of 10, it's going to be no, or you're never going to get a response, whatever. But this sitting around bitching about things when you're not doing anything, you're not asking anybody, you're not talking to anybody, that's your own problem. So there's nothing. I mean, yes, I still find it funny. It was kind of jabbing at you, but of course you should have done that.
Why not, man?
And it's not the time when like Warner Brother could call up and be like, make sure that Matt Fulcheron never works in this town again. And then like the LAPD shows up and like just fucking takes you out into the desert. Like there was a time.
Though you do bring up a good point. That is interesting that she was willing to share her information given the fact that she was so, out there with the paparazzi and there was this adversarial relationship. And those people get psychos around them all the time, as we know, working in this business.
Yeah.
For sure.
Especially the ones that have security stopping the psychos from showing up, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure that was part of the deal. Like, if I'm taking this acting class, I'm already slumming it.
Right.
You know? And honestly, I don't think her phone number was there. I think, and especially at that time, email wasn't
It's not what it is.
hot information. It was like something you just sent out into there was no pictures, there was no, it just seemed like it just went into the air, and then maybe it's like a message in a bottle back then.
That is true. Who cared if you had someone's email address? If they never respond to you, then you start questioning whether it was real or not. So it didn't matter.
Right. And she actually does seem like somebody who's approachable. Like if you were to like, hey, what's up? Like she would talk back.
That's what I'm saying.
I've heard that. I've heard that other people say that she's actually a very nice person.
Now, are those people that are on a list?
No.
Okay, just wanna
no.
make
These
sure.
are people like us, just regular old dirtbags.
I always thought at that point in my
Nobodies.
life, like, oh, well, the only reason some woman isn't in love with me is because she hasn't met me yet. So I had that kind of confidence.
That's awesome. I never had that
Well, on an email. No, I'm not going to walk up to somebody.
in an email. Even then, excuse me, sorry.
Hey, I'm not walking up to Paris Hilton. Get the fuck out of here.
We were in a room with Jamie Priestley. You remember her?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, of course.
Like it was backstage at a corn show. Like everybody leaves the room for whatever reason, and it's just me, the wife, and Jamie Priestley, and she's just like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And we're just like, "Hey, that's weird.
Yeah.
Why are we in this room
It
with
takes
her?"
it takes so much energy to pretend someone's not famous.
It does.
Do you know what I mean? It
It
takes so
really
much energy
does.
to say to like a famous person, like,
Yeah.
hey, are those pretzels good? Or like,
Right.
or like, is
Like,
the
it's
coffee
not a
fresh?
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like, oh no, you're not Brad Pitt.
Right.
You're just you're Jeff Pitt. You're some regular fucking guy.
I was sitting in a room again backstage at Korn. Matt Sorum.
Yeah, the drummer, Guns N' Roses.
Drummer from Guns N' Roses. My wife walks in the room and he goes, "Fucking check that shit out. I'd like to take that home and bang it out." And I'm just like, "Well, I think I will." I had no other response. Like, hey, that's my wife,
Yeah.
you son of a bitch.
Then the Welcome to the Jungle video came on, and you're like, I'd take that drummer. For those that don't know, there used to be a different drummer in Guns
Hey,
N'
look,
Roses.
I'm more of a Steven Adler guy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like to take him home and smoke crack.
It's accurate.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff, dude.
I'm trying to think because we've been in so many, especially, production, but just like even working at the movie theater, but being in comedy clubs, you're constantly like, I was in a green room with Paul Reiser this year, and I just had to pretend like I didn't know who he was for the
Right,
past
like
40 years. Like
Yeah.
I saw My Two Dads when it aired
Right.
in 1986.
That's crazy.
And just to clarify, the reason why you're doing that is because the dynamics are you can't fanboy. That's why you're explaining
Because
it that
it's
way.
me and him in the green room in Comedy and Magic. So we are peers
Yes.
that night.
Now, are you guys talking, just like hanging out?
We
chatting?
are talking.
But you're
We
pretending.
are talking. And I pulled a Craig Coleman, too.
All right.
I found, and also my friend Brandon Tassif does this, too.
Right.
I knew the pet project that he would be happy about. All
Ah.
right. So I didn't say, "Oh, I loved you on My Two Dads" or even Whiplash. I was
Right.
like, "Dude, I loved you in Reboot," which is this great show
Oh.
that
On
no
Hulu,
one's
right?
seen.
Right.
It's fucking brilliant.
Right.
And we just start talking about it, and he starts talking about all his
Sweet.
co-workers, all his actors. Like, he's fanboying out on them.
Right.
So we get to fanboy out on everybody in the show.
Dude, once you
know?
land something like that and then they go, you're like, here we are.
That's it.
Now we're just having a conversation.
That's the move.
Yeah.
Like, when you saw Matt Sorum, the move would be to talk about the Cult, because he played drums
I
for
was
the
going to
Cult.
say the Cult. Yeah. I love the Cult.
Right. And so I did this to somebody last night. There's this dude I grew up with. He was like 6 years older than me. He was like the biggest skateboarder in my hometown.
All right.
And his name's Toby Morse. He's the lead singer for a hardcore band called H2O. Mm-hmm. And I'm always like dying to connect with this guy because he lives in LA. And I'm like, I saw him at the Two Bears 5K. Tom Segura's 5K event.
Sure.
And I'm like, dude, I've always wanted to run into you. I'm Matt Fulshron. We used to skateboard together. And he's just like, he goes, who are you? Like, he actually said that to me. He goes, what's your name again? And the whole time I was talking to him, he looked at me like, this guy is full of shit. But I've sent him pictures before on Instagram of me and him skateboarding. Like, there's a photo. There's a fucking photo of us skateboarding. And I even made an inside joke about like somebody he used to date. And like, I still don't, and trust me, I don't harass the guy.
Right.
This is like once every 3 years.
Right.
Okay, I'm not harassing this guy. But I did a show last night in the Belly Room at the Comedy Store, and Jason Ellis is on the show, who's a skateboarder and a podcast. He does a podcast with Tony Hawk.
Okay,
and so Toby's in the fucking audience. And so I start my set and I do a joke about being in Toronto, Canada, and the whole place goes nuts. The Belly Room is not a big room. The whole place. And I'm like, you guys are all from Toronto? And they're like, no, we're from Vancouver. And we're from like Winnipeg.
Right.
And I'm like, so you're cheering. So I started talking about how insane it is that you're cheering for another city.
Sure.
Because Canadians do that all the time. They flipped it on me. Like my friend Lachlan, I'll be like, I love Scott Pilgrim, that movie. It takes place in Toronto. You should see it. He's like, I'm not from Toronto, you asshole. Just because I'm from Canada doesn't mean I'm from Toronto. And I'm like, you've been there. You're a touring comic.
But these people decided, like, we're going to rally around Canada.
In general.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, I don't blame you. I don't even know why you're visiting America. I guess it's one last hurrah before new management takes over.
Yeah.
Then I tell a joke about being in Cleveland, Ohio. And another set of people goes fucking nuts. And so I'm like, so now it's a running joke and I'm making it funny. And I go, yeah, man. So I make eye contact with Toby. And I was in Southern Maryland. And he just kind of like stonewalls me. And I'm like, oh, I thought I saw somebody from Southern Maryland.
Did you say that? Freaking great, dude. Specifically that guy.
He gave me nothing.
That's
awesome. And so I just
dude.
moved on. But it's so funny how this dude is always around. Like he's always in my orbit.
Right.
Because I really look up to this guy.
Right.
And I want to be friends with this dude, but I know I can't try too hard.
Yeah.
Because I'm already not in. And you just can't try too hard.
He's giving you nothing.
He's giving me nothing, and I'm taking nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. And he's probably, what, 50s now?
Yeah, he's about 56 most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want new friends.
Right. And I know he's straight edge, and I'm doing like my first two jokes are about weed and booze. So I'm like, it's almost like embarrassing yourself in front of your father.
Is he like straight edge?
He's straight edge, vegan, all of it.
Oh, shit.
But he's not like a prick about it. But still, he's not going to be like proud of me that I'm opening with a weed joke. You know what I mean? He's not going to be like, I got to get on board with this moron.
Yeah, I'm not proud of you for ruining your life.
Luckily, I was getting tons of laughs. Because I had to follow Whitney, too. And she was going over her roast jokes for like some roast she's about to do, and she's just murdering. So I'm like sweating bullets.
Nice.
But I still went up and got like plenty of laughs like that. It's also new material night. So you're not just like guaranteed to like crush. You got to do new jokes.
Oh, at that show?
At the show.
It's new material night.
It's new material night. That's the premise.
Damn.
So like as fun as it is to do a new material night, it's also like you don't know what's going to work and what isn't.
For sure.
You know. So the pressures I face
like a diamond, dude.
on a free show is
unbelievable. That I'm
just
not
unbelievable.
getting paid for.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, Whitney gave me such a nice intro. I was like, fuck it, this is glorious.
That's nice.
It's so great to be back in LA.
That's
Because New York, I felt like I was always being tested. as an LA comic.
Oh,
here I'm family.
You got history. Yeah.
Here I'm family. Like everyone
Right.
fucking knows me. It's so
Right.
great. I love being back.
Right. I bet. Yeah, I'm glad you're back.
Me too.
Shit.
Me too.
We're doing this.
Doing the cast? Doing the podcast, baby.
Doing the podcast.
Doing the cast.
We're back.
So, Craig, I sent both you guys this morning. I don't know if you. What time do you get up in the morning?
10 o'clock,
Okay.
without fail.
I knew when I hit that send on that, I was like, Craig is the only one that's going to respond to me. Because I realized you're living a different life than we are.
I made a rookie mistake for the audience. I had a group chat going with the fellas.
Right.
And then I thought I needed to get more specific with Craig because he had more of a schedule.
Right.
So we agreed that we were going to meet at noon, whereas you didn't know the final verdict.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, but not that. But then I just started sending stuff
Yeah.
on that same thread,
Yeah.
knowing that you were probably not going to respond.
Yeah.
But Craig did.
I also don't like to get on my phone until I've had 18 cups of coffee
Okay.
and written 3
That's
pages of
fair.
nonsense in a notebook.
All right, you know
That's
what? That's
cool.
good. That's
Yeah.
very structured.
I like that.
It's healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
still going to get you. I've been off Twitter recently too. Like,
Okay.
but I pick up my phone and I go, I don't know what the fuck to do because I don't want to go on CNN because I'm tired of the mainstream media.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go on Twitter because I'm tired of getting upset when there's nothing I can do about it for the moment.
Right.
I don't say nothing I can do about it, but I can't vote again. We just voted.
Right.
We just fucking. I just
Right.
went through all that shit. I don't want to like get upset about the day to day anymore.
Nothing to. There's. It's
Yeah.
not, what's the point?
Exactly.
So that's good. You're very.
Yeah.
You're very. You're better than Craig and I.
But
for
it's-
sure.
but it's
We both
boring.
Are not
Yeah.
structured and.
And I find loopholes. I'm like, well, I didn't say I wasn't gonna go on YouTube. Right? Because I'm like, oh, that's like, standard. That's like content. It's videos.
That's cool.
But then you start going in the comments. That's exactly like going on Twitter.
I love it.
It's exactly like going
That was
on
the early
Twitter.
days. That's what it turned into. That's where
Yeah.
you went to get your racism was on how to change a tire
Oh, I just call home.
on YouTube.
That's strange.
But Brian brings up
Anyway.
a great point. It'd be like a video on. It'd be like Motley Crue,
Yeah.
girls.
Right.
And then it'd be like this.
3
I love
comments
this.
in.
I love this. This reminds me of high school. Oh my God, where's my hairspray? And then all of a sudden something racist. It's just how YouTube went.
Yeah.
And now that's just how everything.
now
goes.
everything.
That's how
That's where
everything
everything
goes.
goes. So I saw. I'm unlike you. I will go and I will flip around on Twitter, and I saw a thing that said today, I guess, is the first day of darkness in Alaska, and it registered me. I'm like, I'm almost for sure, Craig. I don't know if I'm going to claim ignorance. I'm assuming all of Alaska goes dark. Maybe it doesn't, but you obviously lived up there. And then I texted it. Did
Yeah.
you live in the dark? And you're like, oh yeah. So
Yeah, so where I live, where Barrow, where you sent me,
Yeah.
that goes dark.
And where
But,
is that? Very far north?
Yeah, way north. They call it the North Slope. I don't know why. I guess it probably fucking slopes down. I don't know.
No one's been
But
there.
that's what they
really.
call
Yeah.
it. It's where all the oil field workers go. And you'll meet women whose husbands live there or work there, and they're called slope widows because their husband's gone.
It's
for
like absent. It's like having an absent husband.
Yeah.
why? Can I ask you something? If it just goes dark, isn't that the sign from Mother Earth of like you should go somewhere else?
Probably
people?
shouldn't live here.
Yeah, like, but why?
Let's-
so many people live
I'm
up
gonna
there.
do you one better. Let's add that cold in there.
How about that part?
Yeah.
So you can.
I
do,
saw True Detective season, whatever.
Yeah. So that's it. That's basically where they're at.
This is also the town from 30 Days of Night
Yeah.
with the vampires.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I
we're,
could see them living
And Josh
there. That
Hartnett
makes sense.
from the greatest
Trap.
film of all movie, Trap.
so where I lived,
I have a problem with Hartnett. I'd had a problem with the movie. Continue.
where I lived, the shortest day was 2.5 hours, meaning the sun came up at like 10 a.m. and then set within 2.5 hours.
Why was it even bothering at that point?
Hey,
I mean, I have to talk
some
about
people
that.
were lucky enough to be outside for it, but I worked.
What time of day?
I worked like in
So
the
10 a.m. You said?
Yeah, like 10 a.m. It'll slowly. So it looks like dusk.
Do you all
And then it
walk out
just
the
sets
door?
again. No, there was days that I was in the back. I was working, and you come out and you're like, "Fuck, I missed the sun."
I know it seems obvious, but that has to fuck with your mind.
Yeah, that's why there's a lot of suicides.
And I'm assuming a lot of alcohol abuse.
Oh
a lot
my
of drug
God.
abuse.
That's the name of the game.
Hell yeah.
So it goes back to my point. Why is everybody living there?
Well, you have to appreciate their history first. You don't just end up in Alaska.
Well,
So
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell it. You never heard the story?
Yeah, I mean, I talk about it on stage. I think people think I'm joking.
He was halfway to the grave with fucking uppers and crystal
Yeah.
meth and stuff. He's like,
I was
that was his Siberia. He's like, I got to get myself out of the metropolitan Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Why would you go, of all the places to go?
So I went there because my dad lived there, my real dad.
Yeah.
I never grew up with him. I was raised by my stepdad, and so he still liked me because he didn't know me.
Fresh
And
relationship.
so I call him.
Fresh as the pure driven snow.
Yeah, and I'm just spun out. That summer was really bad, and it got like there was fucking just guns and drugs and not good. And I was just like, I was on a 4-day run, meaning I had not slept for 4 days. Just fucking up, just like looking out windows and shit. Did you hear that? Did you fucking, who's in that car? Fucking.
So you're like my dog Ned. Continue.
Yeah. Yeah. Not.
So
not,
can I stop and ask you though,
Yeah.
like, does it feel like 4 days when you
Yeah.
got fucked up?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, it totally feels.
That's a legit question because
Yeah.
it could
Yeah.
feel like 15 minutes.
Right.
No.
4 days to anybody around him.
Sure.
I mean,
But they're 4 long days because you're just up.
yeah. You're just up. You're trying to seem normal. You don't.
Who are you trying to be normal for if you're just hanging out with
walls.
the
My
drug addicts?
parents.
The TV. Oh, your parents.
Yeah,
oh my God.
parents
Oh
at,
my
at
God.
work.
I'm going to go to bed. You just lie in your bed.
Wait, you
Yeah.
still lived your life.
Yeah,
I thought you
so-
were just on a bender away from everybody with all your other.
No, I would,
like,
I'd
James
go out
shit.
and,
Okay.
do stuff with my friends. And then, but, at some point, you got to go check in. And, and it's
Sure.
just like, okay.
But you're not
just-
hungry or anything, so you can't even eat dinner.
Yeah. So you're not eating dinner. You're like, no, I'll just drink Pepsi. Because why would
It's
I
only-
even, why would I even hydrate?
Yeah, and it's only the second worst thing you've had today.
Yeah, exactly. Or you fake eat. You're just like, I'll just have a little bit.
Let me get some of that soup.
Yeah, and my dad though, like I had to watch it around my dad.
Your stepdad.
Because he's smart and he knows. Because I remember one time he came home and we were tripping on acid, and he's like, "Yeah, we're coming home early," and I'm like, "What? Thought you were coming home tomorrow?" And he's just like, "Nah, we're coming home now." And they came home, and he's just like, "What's going on?" And I go, "Oh, it's like a storm had come in." And I go, "The storm's kind of weird, huh? Things are really getting stormy." And he just looked at me, and he goes, "We'll talk in the morning." And then he just walked away because like Pink Floyd's playing.
Yeah.
And I don't think he called ahead. I think they just showed up.
That's more like it.
Yeah, and like the TV's on, Pink Floyd's blaring, but whatever's on the TV is just some weird shit, and we're not watching it.
Right,
We're
of course,
watching
yes.
it. We're not listening to it. And he's just like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
He's smart enough to know to talk to you tomorrow.
He does. Yeah, he's not tripping. He's done a lot of shit.
He's not the dad from the "We're not going to take it" video.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. The Zenecan dude. He's
What
just
do you
like,
want to
all
do with
right.
your life?
Yeah. He's like,
So
I want to move to Alaska.
Exactly.
Alaska.
can you be normal living up there for an extended period of time?
in Alaska?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
How? It's got to be hard though.
Absolutely. So yeah,
How do you live a
just-
normal life up there when the
you-
weather's like that and it gets dark all the time?
You get used to it. First of all,
All right.
you do get used to
By
it.
the way, I'm not being a dick to people who live in Alaska. I'm genuinely
And
curious.
can I
No.
say, I think it like put Craig on track. I
It
mean,
did.
it's where he met Karen,
yeah.
that's true.
and he
Yeah.
started playing in a band,
yeah,
and started doing comedy.
yeah, all that.
So that's on track.
yeah.
I know it sounds dumb.
You
to say
said
now,
band,
It does,
and comedy.
yeah.
but it is constructive
Yeah, fair
and
enough.
creative
Right.
Fair enough.
Right.
and social.
Right.
Yes, that is true.
So yeah, I was a mess down here, and I literally stayed up all night quietly in my bedroom doing little stuff quietly. So people aren't like, "What the fuck are you still doing up?" You know,
What a life!
what a life.
This is so much fun.
And I was just like, oh man, I gotta stop this. I gotta get normal.
Yeah.
And I called him. I like had to wait for a normal time to call him.
Yeah.
4 a.m. wasn't it?
Okay, fair enough.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna call him before he goes to work. And so it's an hour early there. 8:01 my time is 7:01 his time, and I'm like, he's probably up. He's probably up. He's probably getting ready for work. Hey, what's up, Dad? Hey, man. Hey, how you doing? To him, it's probably a normal time.
How old are you at this point?
I'm like 19.
19, okay.
So to him, it's probably like, oh, it's probably a normal time
Sure.
for people.
Sun
to
doesn't
be
come
up.
out anyway.
Yeah.
What's the fucking difference?
So he's just glad to hear from me. He's like, hey, what's up, buddy? What are you doing? I was just wondering, you think it'd be cool if I came up to visit you for the summer? And he's just like, yeah, it'd be great. When do you want to come up? I'm like, in a week,
Yeah.
maybe 2 weeks.
Sounds like somebody's on the run.
Yeah. And yeah, bought me a ticket and I was up there, didn't know anybody, got sober.
Okay.
It's literally that easy.
Yeah.
It was that easy.
You
I
don't have the
went-
hookups.
Yeah. I just like, I'm going to move away from everybody I know. Don't know anybody up there. Cool. I'll just be high.
That's smart at 19, though.
Yeah.
That's a smart move.
I mean, I got friends. They just fucking went down the hole.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Well, if you don't, yeah.
And you get to hang with your dad.
yeah, hung
catch
with my
up with him,
dad.
you know?
Fucking got to know him. Got to know that my stepdad was a better person. Thank God he didn't raise me. So that's cool.
It's good to know.
Yeah, it's good to know. That's solid.
But
I mean,
you also found a cool group of friends too.
yeah, so I did. I found, because I was probably now the weirdest guy in town. Up
Do most
there.
people that you met were they born and raised there?
Yes.
Do a lot of people stay there their entire lives?
Yeah. So you either turn 18, go to college, and they usually either go to Washington State or Arizona. I don't know why.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm going to go to the hottest place I could think of, or someplace that's kind of like here but less snow.
Okay.
Do they go to ASU? Because not only is would that be a weather shock?
Mm-hmm.
The amount of women that are at Arizona State University
Compared to Alaska?
would blow your mind.
Oh, yeah, dude. Alaska's like 5-1.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So maybe that is why they go.
So you're
That's
saying
probably
there's
not why
a lot
they
of
go?
ladies up there?
Huh?
Not a lot of ladies up there.
That's the
No.
Alaska deal.
So
That's the deal you're making.
Yeah, that's who normally leaves.
The women.
The women.
Okay.
They're usually like, fuck this, I'm out.
Okay.
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, and also if you're not a hunter, a fisher, outdoorsy, which I am none of those things, place is not that great,
Okay.
you know? But like I said, I did come back to California. I want to say I stayed up there all summer, sober, got clean. I was like, all right, you're looking good, kid. You're feeling good. Let's go try it again.
Yeah.
I want to say landed on a Wednesday. By Friday, I'm just like looking out windows again. Like fucking
Oh no.
just spun out of my mind. Hey, you fucking hear that? You know, fucking, here we are. Fucking right back in the
You had not
saddle,
met
dude.
Karen at this point.
Huh?
Karen did
No.
not.
That was
no.
just the summer. That was the
That was
first
the
trip.
summer.
Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
first trip up there. So
Yeah.
no, I hadn't met Karen yet. Hadn't done a winter yet.
But
okay.
plus the nature. I keep throwing out positives about Alaska.
Yeah.
Just to see the nature, so much different than.
Beautiful, dude.
And
I'm
Southern
not-
California
yeah.
is great, but Bakersfield, it's like desertish.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bakersfield's the ugliest fucking place. And I always tell people Bakersfield is a 3-day brownout away from the Road Warrior. And that's just no bullshit.
Have you been to Alaska?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
see-
Bakersfield.
See, I've been to
And
to
Arizona.
Bakersfield.
Yeah.
I've been to two of those. I've not been. I do want to go to Alaska because I heard it's beautiful.
I've been to Fairbanks and
Yeah.
Anchorage.
And both for performing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Fairbanks is wild
And what do you mean?
because there's like 2 fucking cops in the whole town.
Okay.
And people just go buck wild up there. Because it's the last city, and it's not even a city. I mean, to us, it's not
Yeah.
a city.
It's a town.
I had the
It's a town.
weirdest. I had the weirdest feeling in Fairbanks because my friend Lachlan, who I've mentioned twice today.
Yeah.
He had this gig for me up in Fairbanks and the surrounding areas.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, every night you're doing a different show.
Okay.
In some other town, right?
All right, some
But you're
bar.
staying in Fairbanks.
Right.
And I fly to Alaska, and the first gig is like an hour and a half into like the sticks.
Damn.
And it's the exact opposite. Like it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and it's
Oh,
daylight.
because you're in the summer.
But I get in the car and we're driving, and I go, no one like really knows where I am.
Yeah.
Like I didn't tell my girlfriend. I didn't give my
Yeah.
girlfriend any contact information.
Right.
Or
right.
tell them like I didn't really tell her where I was going.
Yeah,
It's
I
like on
hear
my
ya.
website, the venues.
Right.
And these
right.
fuckers who I don't know are just driving me into the sticks, and I started to think like,
Yeah.
this is crazy what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's happened to me too. I'm like, oh shit, they're gonna find my bleached bones at the
Right.
end in spring.
And then I was talking to Lachlan about the gig, and I didn't even bring it up, and he said the same exact thing. Only he had a conversation with them about it. He was like, this is kind of weird. Like, no one really knows like how to find me if you guys decide to kill
And
me.
they probably all laugh.
They're like, which doesn't make you feel any better.
No, it doesn't. They're like, you're totally right.
Yeah.
And animals will eat your remains anyway, so we'll get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I went back. I think I just stayed all I think I went back in the springtime because I was a fucking mess again. And then I was like, I'm just going to stay here. And I did. I just stayed.
Your dad was fine with you staying,
Yeah.
as long as you stayed sober.
He kicked out his roommates
Okay.
Nice.
because he's like, nah, sorry, my boy's coming.
That's nice.
And so, yeah, they all had to go find places to live, which I didn't realize till later.
What hairdo were you sporting at this point?
I had dreadlocks.
Okay.
Which that's why I say, like, I didn't know Karen at that time because she's seen pictures of me with dreadlocks. She goes, yeah, this guy? Nah.
No. So you were. So
That
is
would've
that
never
was that
happened.
an anomaly up there? Were you a unicorn with dreadlocks in Alaska?
Yeah. Oh, I was a...
He wasn't staying in the Caribbean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they seem
no.
so common now that you just assume somebody everywhere.
I don't
has
know how
some.
common they are.
No, they're not that common. White guy with dreads? No.
No. Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, there was one black guy in town. He wasn't common either. So, and everybody knew where he lived. That's where the black family lives. Okay. I don't know why you had to point that out, but it's odd.
Yeah, you know exactly why they.
Yeah,
pointed it
they
out, but
did.
anyway,
Well,
yeah.
because we all know, and we let everybody else know. That guy robbed my house, by the way.
Which one?
The only black guy.
Really?
Yeah,
so you
that's
had to
what I
feed the
said.
stereotype.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, really, dude? Really?
Did you say that to him?
Yeah.
How did you know he did it?
Because it was him and the guy that used to live with my dad's son. I was like, fuck yeah, I know it's you guys.
What? See, wait a minute.
Because
so,
my
what-
dad's old roommate called my dad and said, yeah, I found a receipt for a pawn shop in my son's shit. He goes, I'm pretty sure he robbed your house.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, first off, I'm assuming you knew your house had been robbed
Well, because my dad never locked the fucking doors.
because it's
It's
Alaska.
Alaska, baby.
Because it's Alaska. And I
Yeah.
said, yeah, and guess who got robbed?
Were they hooked on drugs or something? Is that why they were
Yeah,
doing
he's
that
a
shit?
cokehead.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a fucking
Okay.
cokehead. And so, yeah, they took all my shit. I came home and I went to go put a CD on, and there's just this dirt outline where it used my player used to be and all my CDs.
Not tripping.
You know, yeah, I go, hey, wasn't there all my stuff? And then you start looking around the house, you're like, oh, a lot of stuff's gone that was here.
Did you get any of it back? Because if it's at the pawn shop, you know where to find it. Or is it once it's there, you can't
Yeah, but it was a
about
pawn shop in Anchorage, which
Oh,
is
so
like
they-
a
okay.
4-hour,
Right,
like,
like that.
And
Okay.
who really wants to buy your own shit? Like, if you're going to spend money, you might as well get some new shit.
that's what I did. My
Yeah.
dad just goes,
You just yelled at the guy instead.
yeah.
What did they say when you're like, I know you stole my shit.
I
dude."
should have just beat the shit out of him, but I didn't.
I'm assuming they, of course, denied everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I didn't do that. That's crazy.
I went straight to where they hung out, and I just walked into that guy's house
Because he didn't lock his doors either?
because he didn't lock his doors either. And they go, hey,
Steal your shit back.
they were like, hey, what's going on? Where the fuck is Steven? And I just start looking through their shit. They go, dude, what are you doing? I go, fuck you. Where's Steven at? And they just start tossing their shit. Somebody here stole my shit. And they're just like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, you fucking loser fucks. I see any of you guys near my house, I'll fucking shoot you on sight. I didn't have a gun or anything.
Sure. But you got to make a threat.
But yeah, you got to make
But did
the
you
threat.
still have the dreadlocks?
I kind of, yeah, I still
So-
had the dreadlocks. And they didn't know me.
Right.
You
So
know
that's
what
what
I
I'm saying.
mean?
That whole look was probably
So to them, I'm kind of crazy.
yes.
I
that's
mean,
what
I
I'm saying.
walk into your house.
Yeah. And they're also driving past your house going, the guy with dreadlocks lives there.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say within 2 months, people I didn't know would go like, "Hey, you're California Craig," and I'd be like, "Yeah, and who the fuck are you?"
Yeah, I got avocados on me.
Yeah.
That's the California recipe.
So yeah, and I didn't look like this. You know, I was all thin because I was freshly spun out. You know.
Sure.
Yeah.
You had that post-drug addiction
yeah,
look.
I definitely looked crazy. Yeah.
Crystal meth chic.
So
Hey, Aaron, can we go to Eric Wendell, please?
Sure.
I don't want to. I'm only 5 minutes late on Wendell to that.
Oh, cool.
You know, because he wakes up even later. I hate to have him wake up for no reason.
Right. Good point. Good point.
Oh.
So the moral of the story is Alaska finds you. You don't find Alaska.
Yeah, I knew a lot of people up there that were on the run from the law.
It is a great place to get away.
It is.
Whether you want to by the law or
Right,
not. If you
right.
want to hide out,
Right.
like if you think the pandemic was anything for Alaska, they didn't even notice.
No.
You know?
No. You can go check out there and just...
You could stay in your own jurisdiction. It wouldn't be that different from normal.
No.
Or you go to the store because there's only like 10 people.
Right.
So no one's asking questions. There's an understanding. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
Nobody's getting
Don't
in
ask,
your
don't tell, but don't
business.
rob my ass.
Yeah.
Well, even then, he said there's no cops. So what? It's only.
Yeah, there's
So is it basically
So they got
neighborhood
troopers.
justice?
They got... Yeah.
Is it mostly just people
I
take
mean,
care of
yeah,
their
it-
problems themselves?
Yeah, it can be. I mean, there's 2 troopers for 300 miles.
Dude,
Right?
what a job that is.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not rushing to your bullshit.
All I know is at the gig I did, there was a mechanical bull next to me.
On stage?
Moving while you were talking.
That's
No.
pretty
Okay.
great.
No,
That-
they had the tarp on it.
That's cool.
That was nice.
You know
of
what I
them.
mean?
But we
like-
all know what it is.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
mechanical bull is retired for the evening.
Yeah.
We have out of state entertainment.
Yeah, we played at a place called Chilkoot Charlie's.
Yeah, dude, I've been there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anchorage's finest. Yeah, I can't tell you how many people have been stabbed and raped in that parking lot. It's a thing.
Well, yeah, it's one of the most popular venues in Anchorage.
For sure.
For apparently everything.
Yeah, it's got sawdust on the
Unfortunately,
floor. Yeah. It's like you're
It's
like
a cool place though.
It
It's
is
like
cool.
every room has a different theme.
Yeah.
Well, except about
Yeah.
the stabbing and raping.
Yeah, no, that
I
part
don't-
sucks.
not- yeah.
That
thank
part's
you.
not
Let's
great.
clear that part up.
The building is innocent.
Okay. Fair. The property
building is
itself
what
has
it
nothing
is.
to do with
Yeah.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
But they do have tons of shows there.
So that's the go-to place for any type of live performance, basically.
That's where our band played there. We opened for Agent Orange.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
It's one of my first punk rock bands.
Well, there you go.
You know, it was in a bunch of skateboard videos and stuff.
Right.
You guys were meant to know each other,
No kidding.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Across the country.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
no matter what.
Speaking of destiny,
That beard,
here
dude.
he is, Eric Wendell. The beard only looks better every week. Starting to get YouTube comments.
Wendell, your beard is officially at the point where now it actually has grown out of screen.
Yeah.
It literally cannot stay in frame. It's
at
so
him.
big.
I'm telling you, dude.
Look at
It's
him go.
actually keeping my earbuds from staying in now. Like I can't keep this left earbud in; it keeps falling out.
So you have to grow your hair out as like kind of a nest for the earbud?
Yeah, I might just start leaving the earbud like in down here, like the whole coil in here, and then maybe I could just.
Maybe a couple Marshall
Pull up.
stacks.
Yeah. See, when
Yeah.
I shave my beard because I can't do what he has. See how his beard here? It's how straight it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is.
It looks windblown.
Mine just is just all over the place. It's just
As soon as I get
like
past
old netting from the sea.
Yeah, I know. Mine's all white now, and I start playing with it after 3 weeks. I don't like it.
Yeah, he's starting to look like the Gordon Fisherman guy, and I'm liking it.
All right. Go out on some casting calls, man.
Oh,
I have a yellow,
Teeth.
looks just like a yellow Gordon Fisherman rain cap that I got
Yeah.
years ago from United in my car. Maybe I'll have to put that on next time. Let's see, next episode if I can remember.
It's definitely very stop the steal. Vibes.
right. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yep.
Hang Mike Pence.
That and a pair of 4-year unwashed jeans.
Get you some
Just
tactical
need a white
gear,
beater
bro.
and some overhauls.
Anything
Ready to
new
go.
in the Wendell universe, in the Wendellverse?
I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but you know, my luck just keeps on getting better here. They're replacing the roof on the building that's 5 feet away from me.
You can't win, dude. You can't win.
I'm just never, I'm never going to get to sleep ever again. Either someone's smoking a pound of weed, kids are screaming, ice cream trucks are driving by. Let's replace the roof for 3 or 4 weeks because we're sure not going to do it fast. We're going to milk the fuck out of it for the next month or so. You know what I mean?
Have you ever thought about smoking a pound of weed?
Yeah.
You know, like you might be able to ignore all that.
Yeah.
I mean, if I didn't work at the airport where I could be randomly drug tested, then you know what? I might be on board.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's a
bummer.
place called Alaska that's calling your name right now if you need to get away.
You'd fit right in.
Dude, I
dog.
already got the beard. I just have
Yeah.
to go up there and learn how to wrestle grizzlies and
All you need is
whatnot,
all you need is the record,
Yeah, you'd.
and you're ready to move.
You'd fit right in. Right in.
Dude, all I need is a cute Native American
love this.
lady by my side.
I love this. This is always the retirement plan with you.
Yeah.
Good luck
It's
with
always
that.
it's always just meet some chick, settle down, and then where are we with that? You play in the field in Southern California?
There's, I don't think anyone from the airport listens, but there's not a lot of hot chicks at the airport to meet up with that work on the ramp and load bags.
Ooh.
I don't know, but
I mean, when you
know what I mean?
describe it that way, it makes sense.
Yeah, but you do have the companion pass, which means you can fly anywhere for like $35.
You got things to
So
offer.
you
go.
get $70 together, and I mean, babe, you want to go to Singapore tonight? Like, did you bring your passport?
Yeah. That's. I mean, well, it probably costs a little more than $35 to go to Singapore.
You get my
And then,
point.
if you make the wrong move and you accidentally spin on the street, then you'll be getting caned in the middle of the avenue.
It's just an example,
I was gonna.
and
say,
maybe she's into that.
I was gonna say the.
Oh yeah, baby, I like it when you cane me. Sorry, Craig. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. I'm sure the one thing you have in common with most of the ramp girls is that you both like pussy.
There you go.
That would be my
You
my guess.
you were pretty much you're like probably 80-90% correct.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of hey Wendell, check out that one. You're like, yeah, I already saw her, Cindy. Thank you.
And one of those, that's Kate Beckinsale in there. You gotta look at that piece of ass.
Ooh, dude. You know what? I still have the baggage sticker on my door. I used to, back in the day, there used to be stickers on the bags that you could peel off, because you would keep track of the bags that are in a certain location.
That's not.
So I would keep like the random stickers from like famous people that I knew
my
were on
God.
the plane I was working and stuff. Like I got like Rob Dyrdek over there and Kate Beckinsale and like Meg Ryan, and whoever else I don't remember. But
There you go.
That's
That's
normal.
That's cool.
Listen, why don't you just go to the that's not nothing serial killer about
It's
that.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah, come
No
into my
big deal.
office, please.
No big deal. Everything's cool.
it probably sounds worse than it really is. Like I really don't even pay attention.
For sure.
to this
I
stuff
have
on
to
an old
fire
mirror
you
with a
now.
magnet.
That's how bad. I have to fire you for something you did at your other job.
On paper, doesn't look good. Yeah.
Just go to the bar. Why don't you just go to the bars and just hang out with all the other people that are on layovers that are going to go? I'm talking about employees that end up having to get on a flight to go back home. I know. I did a red eye, and there was a flight attendant who was off duty and hammered.
Yeah.
And I watched her give some rando next to her, the blanket treatment.
Wow.
Nice.
Ooh.
That's
Nice.
And I was like, I guess this shit really does happen. I
Sure.
had no idea. Never. Have you guys ever seen that on
I
a
mean,
plane
No.
before?
she's in customer service. So.
The only reason why so
Do you need assistance?
the
sir?
only reason why I paid attention to it is because first off, they were both like kind of hammered, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point, she took out her phone and she had like a bigger phone, like a Pro. And then she started showing videos of herself masturbating to him.
You saw this.
Yes, and I was only paying attention
That's
because
pretty great.
she was catty corner to me and my kids.
Oh my God.
So I was making sure that they kept their heads down watching their stupid iPads.
Sure.
It's the only time I was a fan of kids never taking their eyes off of iPads.
Right.
'Cause I was like, you got to be fucking... And again, here's the thing. I'm not going to be the guy that's going to be like, boom.
Yeah.
Excuse me, can you tell them to stop fucking across from me? They're
Right.
like, okay, buzzkill. So I was just like,
This was
I was trying to let all worlds work together without scarring my children. What?
That's what being on an airplane is like.
Yeah.
It's like, this is crazy, but I'm not going to say anything. Like this, and that's like what those videos are about. It's really weird when like shit breaks out on an airplane because everyone is filled to the brim with frustration and impatience, but everybody just like fucking takes it. But then occasionally somebody snaps. So this was an off-duty flight attendant?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I thought that I was actually surprised that shit was going down. I mean, I could see like regular folk, you know what I mean? Because there's no consequences really other than like, yeah, get off the plane, whatever.
Right.
But like for somebody that's actually works for that airline and that was just her ride back to wherever she was going.
I wouldn't.
It's a good point.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then we were getting off, and she was right behind me and the boys, and she started to talk to my boys. She's like, "Yeah, you guys should tie your shoes." I'm like, "Yeah, we're good. Okay."
Don't let her tie your shoes.
No. Please stay away from my children.
She's gonna tug your dicks.
Why do your kids have syphilis? All right, Wendell, what kind of movie we got going on this week?
I think I want to talk about that show that I brought up a couple weeks ago that you guys haven't seen. I don't think anyone has seen it. It's this show with Harold Perrineau, and I believe I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
I don't think you are.
And I'm probably butchering it, but it's that show called From that I started talking about. It's on MTV Plus, and if I remember right, no one has seen it.
Nobody's seen it.
No.
It's on its third season. The series season 3 finale is in 4 days. It's just a really good show. It's really crazy. Like you guys have to check it out. I know everyone's dying to subscribe to MGM Plus.
What are you doing?
That's the roofers.
That's the roofers.
Oh.
That's how close it is to his house.
Oh, you can hear it.
Yes, I can hear them installing the roof.
We've been able to hear it.
Can't smell the weed.
It just seems like it's Barbara from one of the office down below that's just slamming her stapler.
Like an old typewriter.
Yeah, it's an air staple gun. There's stapling shingles to the fucking roof or something.
Joan Holloway's in the room, fucking taking notes.
Hopefully everybody's okay over there and doesn't fall off the roof or something. That'd be a terrible tragedy.
So this show it's a good show, which is sad that it's on AMC Plus because it seems like there's too many streamers, so people never see anything.
Oh, it's on AMC. Yeah,
that's
MGM,
that's a stream too far.
It's the same thing.
Oh, MGM
I think you
Plus,
actually do get AMC with MGM. So Bryan has nailed it there, I believe. Yeah, I know it sucks. There's a million streaming services now. Somehow we went from, hey, let's get rid of the commercials on TV and go watch cable because there's no commercials to there's constant commercials on cable. Let's get away from that and go to DirecTV or Dish. To, hey, I'm sick of this shit. Let's go to streaming because there's no commercials. Hey, now there's commercials on every fucking streaming service and we're back full circle.
Except now we're paying an arm and a leg.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
But From is a good show.
You're paying $11.99 for 15 different streaming plus fucking whatevers. Yeah.
Okay. So you're happy with your purchase?
Yeah, I'm very happy. Well, this show is great. I mean, that's the problem. Is each one of these streaming services has like one fucking tentpole, like really amazing show that they landed from somewhere.
True,
so now you're stuck getting Apple Plus and Apple whatever it's called, and Disney Plus, fucking blah blah plus. Anyways,
and blah blah plus.
So From is worth it.
If you don't,
From is worth watching.
We've got a bunch of you've given a very vague description. What is it?
Well, I don't know. I don't remember if it's still happening, but for starters, here's the real kicker. Bezos owns MGM. He bought MGM Studios a while ago, and therefore owns MGM Plus. But hey, guess what? That's not part of Prime. You don't get that as a bonus. Like you know how Showtime comes with Paramount Plus, right?
Okay.
Oh no. Bezos needs the money. We can't do that over there.
No,
so
Showtime doesn't come with.
It doesn't.
Paramount
it's an add-on. Yeah, it's an add-on.
You gotta pay for it. Trust me.
I think you should just do ice cream trucks. How many ice cream trucks for streamers?
You could watch the first 2 seasons of From on Prime for free.
Okay.
You can check that out. You might still be able to do that.
What is the show about?
Basically, it's this tiny little fucking town. Like, I don't know. It's a nondescript location, like somewhere mid-USA somewhere, right? There's like a diner, a post office, a few other
a guy with
bullshit
dreads,
things.
A white guy with dreads. One
no,
black
there's no white guy
family.
with dreads, but so there's all these people. You start out, you're already in this town. That's how the show starts. You're in this town. It's getting dark. The sheriff goes around with a bell. Hey, it's getting dark. Everyone needs to get inside. None of
Okay,
these
that's
people,
weird. We
have
didn't
all
have
been there
bells.
for varying lengths of time. Some have been there, just got there. Some have been there for weeks. Some have been there for years, decades. You can't leave. One day, no matter where you're at in the country, you end up in this town. You're driving down this fucking country road. Oh, fuck, there's a tree in the middle of the road up here. This sucks. We stop. We get out of the car. See some scary fucking looking crows are all hanging around up here. They fly away. Well, fuck, I guess we got to turn around and go back. You turn around and go back. Hey, now you're in this fucking town that you never drove through.
That you're not from.
That you're not from. Exactly.
Oh,
Nice.
see, that actually happens in Bakersfield all the time. And then you just raise a family there and you're miserable.
So,
Yeah.
so this
talk
is
about
based on
Hee-Haw?
a true story. Then they just left out the name.
Look-
You go back to this town, and you're like, oh well, fine, I'll just take this other road, or I'll just go this way. No,
Yep.
you end up back in the fucking town. It's like a loop. Now you're stuck in this fucking time portal loop, or whatever the fuck it's called. You can't leave. So now you're stuck with these other fucking people that you don't know. They've already went through what you went through, and now they're trying to tell you, hey, just calm down. It'll be okay. Every day during the daylight, you're working on a way to figure out how to get the fuck out of this town.
This is
You're walking through the surrounding woods, looking for clues and whatever the fuck you can figure out. But here's the kicker. You can't be outside at night, or else these fucking monsters come out of the fucking woods and the ground or wherever the fuck they come from. They look human, but if you let them inside your house, they will rip you a fucking part, chunks at a time, and just, you're fucked. You're dead.
Okay.
But there's these little rock talismans that they hang on the doorways of wherever they're staying, and that keeps them out.
Yeah,
But they'll still come up and knock on your fucking windows
Mm.
and pretend to be
Knock
your
on-
grandma.
knock on your roof.
Let me in, Sonny, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, let me in so I can rip your fucking face off.
Do roof work.
So,
Right.
just so we're clear, you're watching this season, the series finale season. Is that what you're saying? They're done?
Yeah, the season finale of season 3 is in 4 days.
And that's
so
the
there's
series
10
finale?
seasons per episode. There are 10 episodes per season.
But is it done after this, or you have no idea?
Oh no, it's not done.
Oh, okay. Has
they haven't
anybody ever
figured-
gotten out?
Well, I don't want to give.
All right.
I don't want to say stuff like
Spoiler.
that. That'd be a spoiler, right? Like I don't want to say yes or no
Definitely.
on that. Like
I,
there's
I, I,
3 seasons. Like trust me, there's 3 seasons of crazy ass shit going on. You're gonna want to check it out. It's pretty crazy. And the main star is the sheriff, which is Harold Perrineau, and you will recognize him because he was Augustus Hill on Oz for 56 episodes.
okay.
So you'll know who I'm talking about when you see him.
Okay. What are you going to give the
He
show?
also played a judge on Goliath. I don't know if you ever saw Goliath with Billy Bob Thornton.
Too busy living it, bro.
Busy living.
I did see Goliath. Goliath is a good series.
What?
Yeah, he played Harold Perrineau played the judge, the gnome in season 2 of Goliath.
Yeah.
If that helps you.
Good series.
I've worked on it. I haven't watched it.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
I can't speak
The
for what's
first
going on with
season-
Billy Bob Thornton now. I don't know if you've seen him doing any of his press for his new thing.
I don't know.
He's got quite the look.
Yes.
Oh.
He's moved on to some new looks.
I didn't think that was him.
That's Billy Bob Thornton in Goliath,
Wow.
yeah.
That's wild.
What
Oh
do you-
yeah, he's the star.
What are you going to give this
I like
this show? I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like I like the first season of Goliath. I don't know if you've watched all of them, Brian.
Yeah, I
the
have.
second
told
season
you.
kind of just was off the rails and just didn't make any sense from the very beginning. I mean, the chick walks up to him on the beach. All of a sudden, the mayor, come on, man, that's never gonna happen. That whole plot line was fucking garbage. Anyways,
Anyway, what are you giving from?
oh, this show is 5 ice cream trucks. Man. You gotta check it out. It's
Oh,
fucking
wow.
crazy. I've been watching it for years now. Like I just stumbled upon it accidentally, because no one watches MGM Plus, and it was offered for free on Prime or something or wherever the fuck I saw it. And I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking crazy.
So now you pay for
And now-
MGM Plus.
Yeah, now I'm sucked in. I have to watch it.
So it worked.
It worked.
Our
Yeah,
F
yeah,
word
they-
percentage went
Bezos
up
wins.
118% since you joined the podcast.
Bezos wins, I guess.
Yeah.
He gets all the money.
All right.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
You're just
gonna
helping
do?
them get to Mars faster. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I wish I could go to Mars and get out off of this fucking planet too.
You say that now, but it's crazier than Alaska up in Mars.
I've seen what's his name? Matt Damon has been in 2 movies in space, and it didn't go well for him on either one. So let's just say
No.
it's not a fucking good
Good
thing to go to
point.
Mars.
He's good looking.
Right?
Yeah,
And if
he's
Matt
like-
Damon can't survive out in space, I mean, what chance do
Yeah.
we have?
I never seen a movie where space was just cool.
Right?
I mean, you got
Where
the
everything went okay.
yeah, you got the Jetsons,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
Yeah. That's solid.
Yeah.
It's solid.
Yeah, things
Yeah.
don't seem to go well.
Yeah.
Maybe my beard will protect me.
It has a lot to do with the no oxygen thing.
yeah, there's that part. and-
Huge
Yeah.
problem.
And just floating in voids.
Yeah.
That's hit or miss.
I mean, 2001 was definitely this isn't going well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Yeah.
Freezing to death instantly, that would be a real downer.
Oh,
There is
yeah.
that. Good point.
Just
Excellent
like
point.
tink, like ice.
Yeah.
I mean, Christopher Nolan's
Ice.
kind of trying to tell us, he's kind of, letting us know it's
Right.
not worth.
Yeah, it's not going to be great.
It's going to be weird if you do it.
And once you
At
get
best.
there, you're like, oh, God, how long does it take to get back? Ah,
Might as well stay here.
looks like we're staying
And
here.
live upside down now.
You ain't visiting for the summer. You're traveling for the summer.
Maybe Tom Cruise's next movie, which he is, I believe he's shooting that in space.
They
where
are.
It's either Doug Liman or Christopher Nolan. I can't remember who's directing, one of those two guys.
That is
Maybe he'll
crazy.
be the one that has
It
the
is
happy
nuts.
ending.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's the first movie.
That better be a good script, man.
I mean, talk.
You don't make no clunker with that.
Right. Talk about taking productions out of L.A.
Yeah, right.
Jesus.
No
Yeah,
shit.
what the fuck?
I mean, where?
Keep the jobs here.
Like, are they in the International Space Station? Are they filming this? Is that where that is?
I don't know how the
They're at
fuck
the
they're doing it.
Scientology station.
Yeah.
Scientology should have something in space.
Probably
I'm
do. We
surprised
just
they
don't know
don't.
about it.
Yeah, and L. Ron Hubbard's still there.
L. Ron.
They
I
caught a
live
rocket ship
here.
to Zemu or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's solid. That's solid.
Oh,
All right.
man.
I think that's about time, isn't it, Aaron?
We're at
Yeah.
56.
56. All right. Well, that's going to do it for the Wendell segment. Mad love,
All right.
Wendell. Have a great day. Hopefully, there'll be some new staff. There will be sparks flying at the airport. If not, I don't know, maybe go to Alaska or Singapore.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Get
Sounds
you-
good to me.
You can still order
Peace
by
out,
mail,
fam.
right? Is that a thing?
Peace out, fam.
Yeah, it's just different.
Aaron, can we see the one clip? What's the good clip to watch? Doesn't somebody fight off robbers or something? What clip did you send me?
The one I sent you today was a guy escaping from an interrogation. room.
That's what I'd like to see.
Oh, I saw a
If
piece
you
of
can-
that.
Yeah,
if you
it's
can pull
pretty
that up,
wild,
Aaron.
dude. It's pretty wild.
I saw that.
Yeah, this is, which never makes sense because it's like, well, they're gonna get you.
It's on tape,
Yeah,
and they know who you are, and
Yeah.
it makes you look guilty as sin.
Right, and yeah,
Oh wow!
I mean, just right through the drywall.
But the fact that no one can hear this, by the way,
I mean, yeah, exactly. Like
right.
Wendell can hear it.
and no offense,
Pretty great.
Where's he going? He's still in the building.
was
Now he's
gonna
just
say.
running around an office.
That's
So-
the John Bender.
And then they go after his ass.
Okay, so he didn't escape.
No way.
He just escaped to the other side of the
Yeah.
wall.
This is
Yeah.
what I call the John Bender escape.
This actually looks a lot like every day when I first started at the Herald Examiner. That's
Right.
what the grips would do to
Yeah.
every wall back in the day when
Like,
they
I
would
don't
just
want to
run
walk
amok.
around.
The cops need a site rep
Right.
to be like, "Hey, we got to restore this here, make it look just like when the interrogation started." I mean, if you're wearing that shirt, you're already guilty.
Yeah. We arrested you in this shirt.
Yeah,
I mean, the name of that shirt is a crime.
yeah.
I love the guy running after him.
Yeah.
There was a county jail in San Diego where they found out that it was whoever built the walls out of styrofoam,
Oh my God.
and it was like a 20-story building, and guys were like bed sheeting it down because they got out up high
Of course.
and bed sheeting to the ground and Several guys got out.
That's
Yeah,
pretty great.
you can't really place the honor system in prison.
And back in the day,
I mean,
you
let's
could
just
do
start
that.
with that. We're here. The architect knows that he's designing, or he or she is designing something
Right.
Yes.
to keep people in, and they're like, and what we'll do here with the walls, which is what's going to make it really unique, is it's going to be made out of styrofoam.
I'm
Yeah.
going to say it was more like, so what the part I'm not going to tell you guys is I'm making the walls out of styrofoam.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pocket about $5 million.
Right. Oh yeah, those bars, they're made out of aluminum foil. Everybody can have their Superman fantasy.
Actually, we don't even have walls. Everything's just drapes.
Somebody just leaned against the wall and their hand went through it. And he's like, hold on. I don't think we're doing life, guys.
I think we're doing about 5 minutes.
I think we're almost out of here. That's pretty great.
The life of crime.
Styrofoam walls. That's amazing.
Jeff got through that styrofoam wall and was on his way to 7-Eleven to enjoy the next 2 hours of freedom. All right, that's going to do it for the Full Charge Power Hour. Pledge on Patreon. We'd love some money, some support. Patreon.com/the Full Charge. Give us $1, what have you, what you have, 5, 10, $100. The holidays are coming up. Hook us up, and we'll see you later.
Nice.
See ya.